Hello everyone, this is Panda. So, this is iOS 16 on the iPhone 11 Pro Max. Now, I have been an owner of the iPhone 11 Pro Max since February or March of 2022. I believe it's March of 2022. I gotta check my receipt. But, here is iOS 16 on the iPhone 11 Pro Max, and I'm gonna have to say, it's been very fluid, very consistent, very smooth when opening the apps. I like how I like to refresh my memory sometimes. But when I open apps, it just opens pretty fast, pretty quick. I'm not sure if you can tell from the library. This is some of my footage that I'm actually gathering for another episode of the documentary Hunter. But it's been very consistent, I have to say, especially when opening social media apps like LinkedIn. And it takes a second just to boot, but especially on my cell phone service. So this may vary based on your cell phone service speed. Now I'm using simple mobile speed, which has been inconsistent sometimes when it comes down to normal speeds. So take everything what I do or what I say with a grain of salt. So disclaimer, Apple did not ask me to do this video. I'm doing this video based on my experience using the iPhone 11 Pro Max in the real world. Right now I am at 14th Street Union Square, as you can hear in the background, and I've been using iOS 16 for the last 4 to 6 hours. But I'm going to have to say the upload and the download to get this installed was pretty long. It took me about 1 hour and 35 minutes to be exact. And I was literally standing on a street corner at an NYC Wi-Fi booth. And some of the neighbors thought it was kind of weird that I'm standing there just like upset. Because this is just anarchy, Apple. But with that said, everyone, hashtag justice for Ely, by the way, everybody. So it's been very fluid when you open apps. It's been nice. I noticed some transitions has been much smoother than before when I was using iOS 15.7. So take everything what I'm doing with a grain of salt. And yes, you are able to send me money to my Venmo now. Venmo has fixed their problem that they have been lately with their online banking system. But if we were to type in Instagram, you can see Instagram just loads up really fast, very fluid. Now, as I said before, this is based on your cell phone speed internet. This is why I'm out here in the real world testing iOS in the real world with my cell phone data and plan, which is LTE on simple mobile, which I have unlimited everything. So with that said, everyone, as you can see, it just boots up pretty quick. Let's boot up YouTube. Takes a second, but it boots. It's very smooth, as you can see. It's none of that screen tear that you normally use. Now, as I said, this is the iPhone 11 Pro Max. It doesn't have that refresh rate of 120 hertz like the iPhone 14 Pro or Pro Max, but you can see it's fluid. It's very fluid, as you can see. And yes, I'm in New York City, so please do subscribe, like, and share if you like this content. This is real world experience with iOS 16 using Simple Mobile on my iPhone 11 Pro Max. So take everything what you see here with a grain of salt. So it's very fluid, as I said, and I'm going to repeat myself. I'm going to load up a true social media app, and you can see it's very quick to respond. You see how everything loads up really fast, and I think that is due to the new update to the new Bionic processor, I think this one has the A15 chip, the iPhone 11 Pro Max. So yeah, it seems to be working very well. And I noticed battery life has been approved by 8%, because I noticed that I'm not actually like worried about the battery life, even though I can literally check the battery life if I want. It's like 60%, but Guys, I charged this at 91%, and the last like 4 hours, I've been literally using it like a power horse, and I've been using it consistently, non-stop, with the screen display about 50%, sometimes 20%, but right now I have it at 20% because it's nighttime, so I don't need to use that much of the screen real estate and actually brightness when it comes to using iOS 16 in the real world. So, with that said, everyone, I'm just experiencing it just like you would in the real world. And I am a Pateron, so if you guys want to support the Pateron, please do. It's ThePandaPhotographer at the Pateron, because, guys, please help support the channel. But with that said, everyone, it's been pretty fluid, but as I said in the very beginning, I noticed at the beginning when I first downloaded there was some inconsistencies with some of the animations, and two, I had to restart it twice. Yes, I restarted my phone twice, and then I noticed that glitches kind of went away as of right now. But with that said, everyone, I have tons of apps that I use on a daily basis. We can boot up Hostel World. This takes a second to boot, but yeah, that's okay. Let's see. Weather Channel. Takes a second to boot. Based on your cell phone provider, like I said, speeds may vary. But you can see that it's pretty consistent. We're missing some information here, maybe. But with that said, everyone, this is my first few hours with iOS 16 on the iPhone 11 Pro Max. So if you are a iPhone 11 Pro Max user and you're considering downloading it, because you can now divert back into 15.7 if you want to, if you do not like this particular iOS 16, because there are some bugs that Apple needs to address, or some problems. Yes, I'm not going to sugarcoat it, but it's what it is. And right now, it's working pretty smooth for me at the moment. And as I said, I notice these things. So hope Apple and you as an audience are listening. And as I am actually at 14th Street Union Square in the real world among people, I'm just giving you guys my experience on my cell phone provider, which is Simple Mobile. I am not using Wi-Fi at this time. So with that said, everyone, please do subscribe, like, and share, and considering sponsoring or helping the channel by buying a print from my website, ThePandaPhotographer.com. You can literally support it that way. So with that said, everyone, please, you can go to my website, ThePandaPhotographer.com, and you can buy a print. All you have to do is go scroll through the navigation, go to prints for sale, and that's another way you can support the channel. But there's a PayPal, Cash App, Venmo. But with that said, everyone, thank you for watching, and this has been an iOS 16 experience on the iPhone 11 Pro Max. See ya.